Hi guys, welcome back to Consciously Impressed. Can't talk today. So I decided to do a second reading after the first one that I just did before I go. I did just pull the cards. I started another video, but I messed that one up. So no biggie. So at the bottom of the deck we have 9 of Wands. And I pulled the 7 of Wands, the King of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Wands upright. At the top is the 8 of Swords, and the King of Cups, is at the bottom. Okay, so, and by the way, I'm an intuitive reader for those who didn't get to watch the last video. So I go by how the cards feel more so than what they actually mean. Like they tell me a story and I tell you the story, and if the story fits your story, then come back and get a personal reading from me. So you'll find all of that information in the description box below. So what I'm picking up from these cards, I noticed a lot of blue. Like there's blue in the 9 of Wands, there's blue in the 7 of Wands, there's blue in the King of Wands, there's blue in the Queen of Wands. It feels kind of like someone is at odds. Like, I keep hearing castle, like the castle, like just castle. Whatever castle means to you, castle. And there are 2 kings and a queen on here. So, it could be speaking to that. Anywho, I feel like there's a lot of defensiveness. Like, I have to keep telling you the same thing over and 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 over. I'm sick of this. So, and I said ooh because the King of Wands is like action. The Wands are action. And the Cups are emotion. So I kind of feel like it almost feels like these two are merging. And it reminds me of as above, so below. If you don't know what that means, it basically means whatever you feel on the inside is what you receive on the outside. So whenever you don't like something, I feel like that's why the 8 of Swords is here. Because if you notice the 8 of Swords, she's tied up and everything, but if she, she could possibly just wiggle out of that. Oh, and it's a castle back there. It almost feels like, I heard escaping. Like escaping? I'm escaping the castle. Maybe someone's running away, like trying to. Now I'm thinking about Aladdin, like how Jasmine was trying to get out so she can see what the rest of the world looks like, kind of thing. But either way, so she could like wiggle. She could literally wiggle out. It's not like she's gonna drown or anything. And push one of these swords over and keep it moving. And I also feel like someone's trying to keep me out of my castle. Like maybe someone kidnapped her or something and put her there and told her if she moves, she's gonna get cut by one of these blades, and they're not even close to her. They're just buying time, kind of thing. And I feel like this King of Wands kind of, because the King of Wands is also like symbolizes someone who is like a player. So maybe it kind of feels like maybe they, like someone just put that part of them aside so that they could be this King of Cups and could be emotionally attached to whoever their Queen of Wands is, because she's not giving a damn. Like, she's not paying attention. She doesn't, like, if you look at, okay, so this is how they're laid out, and she's literally looking the other way. And if you turn the King of Wands upright, he's looking the other way, but now he's in reverse. And the King of Cups is looking at the Queen of Wands. So this is how it's laid out. Like, he wasn't paying attention to her then, but now he's like, oh, what's she doing? And it could also mean, like, if this isn't like a love reading, you can think of it like in a job. Maybe you had a job, you felt taken for granted, and you left. And when you left, they realized that you were basically the glue to their company. You were, or at least an asset that they regret letting go. even if it's in your family. Like maybe you were the kid that everyone picked on, and they didn't understand you, and they didn't give you the time of day. Or I'm kind of thinking like the kid who's like, oh, this is about to happen, this is about to happen, this is about to happen. Everyone's like, oh, shut up, you're crazy. And then it happens, and everyone's like, oh my God, what happened? So come back, tell us more. So that's kind of what it feels like. If that's your situation, then whatever this situation is for you, don't make it fit your situation, but see these people as the people in your situation, and if it fits, it fits. And if it fits and you would like more of a personal reading, you can go ahead and follow the instructions in the description box below. Send me an email. I do FaceTimes, text messages, so you can find all of that information down there. Oh, chakra cards. So last time I pulled from the After Tarot. This time I'll pull from the chakra cards. So the chakra cards, if for people who don't know, you have chakras. You have 7 main chakras. So you can think of Roy G. Biv, the colors, the rainbow. So your root chakra is red, and then it goes up. And they're your emotional centers. So that's what these cards tell you. They tell you they get deeper into the emotion. So I pull balance, for the 7 of Wands, balancing out because I also feel like this is what made him a player. Like he had to fight women off, and then in order to be in this relationship, he had to balance that out, or she, or whoever that is, or if it's a job, they had to they had so many applicants for your job that they saw you as disposable. If you leave, then I can find a million other people like you, and they really can't. They really, really can't, because now they're in regret. And then the grief card I pulled for the King of Wands in reverse, and that makes so much sense. Like, oh my God, I let this one thing get in the way of something so beautiful that I had with somebody that I can't find in anyone else. See, the Queen of Wands, I pulled dissipating. The dissipating card, I wish I had my book. I'm using my phone, so I can't look it up. But I do remember reading about this, and I believe this, I don't want to say it. I might make another video about the dissipating card, like this part, so I can get the definition, because I don't know where my book is. But I believe the story behind this card is this lady is just kind of like sitting and letting her life just kind of fly by her, making all these plans and not really doing anything. So if you are the Queen of Wands in this situation, then you should get up and follow through. And the Queen of Wands could also have, I don't know, I'm feeling like maybe whoever this is the Queen of Wands, was probably in grief because they allowed something to get in the way, and then they just kind of matured emotionally, and now they're, looking out and seeing what else is out there, not really taking advantage of the time that they have, possibly getting to that point. But at least she's not as old as this woman. Like, this woman she's got a good 10-15 years left. This one, you want to avoid becoming this one while you're here. I've been hearing that Get Up, Get Out and Do Something by Outkast all day, and I really have been up, out, and doing things, so thank God for that. I put the rejection card for the 8 of Wands. It almost kind of feels like maybe she now it feels like she kind of put all these swords up and tied herself up, and now I'm seeing red. It's like passion, but I keep hearing the word dramatic in front of this castle, like, look at me, come save me kind of situation. And then for the King of Cups, I pulled Destiny. It's like now he's or she or they are praying and just because the Destiny card is like, I know the story behind the Destiny card is that these two black and white, went to God and asked God to make it possible for them to be together. So now it feels like he's kind of like waiting, like, okay, I put that behind me, so now can it, can it be different? Can it be the can it be destined? Like, just praying. I feel like God please, God please, God please kind of thing. And I'm paying, like, the instinct card is at the bottom now. And I feel like that's what you're being guided to do, is use your instincts. And I hear lone wolf. So it kind of feels like it wasn't only like the energy of like you can be replaced, but it was also the energy of other people being influential or being influenced. Kind of like someone has little people or other people watching them and they would like to be a better influence. They had to get rid of other people who weren't a good influence on their lives, so that, like, it feels like whoever this King of Cups is has definitely grown up. It's giving like almost like unrecognizable. So, and I also pulled another card for the Queen of Wands, and it was the guilt card. So whatever the guilt is, let the guilt go, because it's causing you to like sit back, and it kind of feels like, oh, I'm too old to do this. I'm too young to do this. I could have been doing this 15 years ago, and instead I'm just, I'm the Queen of Wands. I'm supposed to be moving and taking action, but what am I really doing? And you're probably making so many, like, I keep hearing strides, taking strides, and hitting so many marks, and you don't even realize it because you're staring at the past. Like, let it go. The past, use that to make the present and the future better, is what I'm getting. So I'm gonna stop right now. Oh, I almost want to pull these cards too. For people who are, this is like a love thing. Yeah, and it also feels like the Queen of Wands is like, I feel like something is approaching. So this is kind of the time to rid yourself of shame, guilt, or maybe that has already been done. Like, now that that's already been done, now you can see what it is that you're actually working towards. I feel like you actually see fruits of your labor, is what I'm feeling. So maybe you were feeling like this in the past, but now you're not feeling like that in the present, and you can actually, maybe you become the Queen of Wands and can now move forward to actually doing what it is that you've been building towards in all this time. And let's see, the Seven of Wands also. I also feel like this was also like having so many different responsibilities. I know I felt like that. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much to do, so much to do, there's so much to do, there's so much to do. Balance that out. You can balance it out. I have a whiteboard and I write out everything that I need to do and I check it off. And it makes me feel like I'm making so much more progress and I can see it. And then the next day, like, once it's complete, I'm done. My day is done. I can go in the house. I can, do whatever it is I'm doing. And I had to get to that point because I was really in this energy, like, OMG, is so much that I need to do. I could have been doing this a long time ago. Why in the world did I do it like this? You can't do that. You have to learn from it. You have to look at it, assess it, write down what helps, write down what doesn't help. Whatever doesn't help, don't do it anymore. Whatever does help, use that to continue to move forward. So I pull religious factors, and this is for people who are, it's like a love thing. I pull religious factors for the Seven of Wands. Maybe like me, I'm an intuitive reader, so if your significant other is a Christian and they have an issue with it, find the balance in it and move forward, or don't and don't. I pulled let go of control issues for the King of Wands in reverse. It's so annoying to deal with someone who can't just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. If you know who you are, you know who you have, then be okay with it or don't be okay with it. But you have to go with your own flow. You can't force people to do what you want to do because you want to do it. And you can also compromise because everyone's different. So if you are cool with the readings that your person does, then they can go to church with you every other Sunday or something, you know, like feed into each other. Don't just make it about you. It doesn't have to just be one way. Pull new love for the eight of swords. Oh, and that also, maybe this isn't to get somebody back. Maybe this is like, okay, this is how I'm gonna catch a new one. That's what it feels like. It feels like, okay, that's fine. I'll catch a new one here. That's cool. That's too funny. Okay, for the King of Cups, I pulled engagement, which makes sense because, you know, the Destiny card is there. Just like, okay, so I'll pray for a new one. I'll let go of control issues because that's what messed it up in the past. And then we're just going to go, either we're going to engage with each other or, you know, like a real engagement. You can either say, hey, do you want to go out and have conversation, just get to know each other, or someone's like really going to pull out a ring in a box. Either way, congratulations. And the last one I'm pulling is past life relationship. So this feels like someone, either you've known them in a past life or you've known them in the past in this life. So it is Mercury retrograde. This tends to happen during Mercury retrograde. So, you know, use your instincts. Isn't that what use your instincts and look at your past only to make your present better. In other words, look at what you did in the past. Like, oh, did I move in or move too fast the first time? Did I move too slow the first time? Also take a look at yourself because it's not always the other person who caused the breakup, if that's what you're choosing to do. Yeah, just, you know, whatever it is that you did before you don't want to repeat, don't repeat it. Duh. So, again, if you guys would like a personal reading, you can find my information in the description box below. And yeah, send in your information and I'll go ahead and get your reading done for you. So until then, until next time, toodaloo.